Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will have a guest lecture series. Today is the first guest lecture series of Faculty of Biology. And we are very happy that today we'll have Professor Kengo Suzuki from Euclina Company, Japan. They will deliver the guest lecture today. Before we have a guest lecture, I would like to uh, handle on Professor Budi Stadi Daryono to open this guest lecture. Professor Budi, time is yours.
Thank you, Pak Eko. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu, Sensei. Distinguished guest, Dr. Keigo Suzuki, the very famous name Suzuki in Indonesia. Yeah, you can see a lot of Suzuki in Indonesia, but this is motor car or cars. Yeah. And also distinguished guest, Professor Dr. Arif Budiman from Chemical Engineering, the Faculty of Engineering, our neighbor. Just you cross the forest, the little forest, and you can find Professor Arif there. Also Professor Endang, she is head of Laboratory of Biotechnology in our faculty. And my beloved students, this morning, we are very happy. I know this morning, Sensei, we have a national celebration for our education days. Because actually in the 2nd May, but the 2nd May was also along with Idul Fitri, the national holiday. That's why our government moved from 2nd May to 13th May this morning. And we celebrate because this also related to our history. Professor Dr. Ki Hajar Dewantara. He was a founder of the first ministry for our education, national education founders. So we celebrate today. And we are very happy because Paiko, me and Professor Arif remember about the story of development of this microalgae. Since we start Paiko PhD research in 2008, and Paiko finished maybe in 2014 or 15, I forget, 13, yeah. And we support Professor Arif and Paiko develop, and the verse, I think, brief to Paiko meet Euglena, yeah, in 2019. We have a very strong relation with Eugenia. Thank you, Paiko. And bring not only for Paiko and Energy Research Center, so I have to translate PSE, Pusat Studi Energy Research Center, to English. And this is a very nice and good relation, but we know 2 days, 2 years, we have a pandemic condition. So even in the pandemic condition, but FICO very good, continue our research collaboration with PT Gilina. Actually, in 2020, Professor Arif, I and FICO have a plan to visit Euglena, but unfortunately, that the pandemic hit us, and we reschedule maybe this year, inshallah, in October. We will go to visit the Euglena to more strengthen our research collaboration. Welcome to Yogyakarta, Dr. Keigo Suzuki and team. I know you are not for the first time, maybe 2 or 3 or maybe more than 4 times. But as you know, Yogyakarta is very special region. We have is as an education city, so we have more 100 university around Yogyakarta, and also I think more than 3 or 400,000 students. Maybe one of 30% of these people in Yogyakarta is students. So you can feel when we have like national holiday like Idul Fitri, ya Pak Eko, and the condition is this city is a little bit, you know, a rare people, and also the traffic lights more easy to reach. And also we are very lucky because Yogyakarta also, you already visit Borobudur, you know. We are in the middle. The west part, we have Borobudur. This is international or UNESCO heritage. It's the biggest temple for Buddhists. And soon you will visit also the east part. We have Prambanan, Prof. Arif, Prambanan Temple. I really suggest you, before you return back to Japan, I think Pak Eko will take you to Prambanan, or just maybe just a pass and you see, yeah. If you have plenty of time, you can visit also Prambanan. It's the biggest temple for Buddhists, yeah. And both of them in the maybe 7th or 8th century. Also, welcome to our faculty, to Faculty of Biology. This faculty also was established 67 years ago, yeah. We established in 19 September in 1955. You can see the dean. So now I am maybe the 13th, the deans for this faculty. And this faculty is is the biggest faculty in biology in Indonesia. So we are leaders on leading in biology in Indonesia. This is the central biology for Indonesia since 67 years ago. Okay, I'm going to open officially these guest lectures and visiting professor, and I hope you will be enjoy and also you get a fruitful seminar. And I do believe we will continue. We will more strengthen our collaboration between Yagluna, PSA, Energy Research Center, and Faculty of Biology. I just discussed with Professor Arif. Soon after Dr. Saijo will be the chairman of PSA, so we will have assignment to make new Algae biorefinery centers in Karanggayam. This is only 5 minutes from here. Thank you, and please give applause to Professor Keigo Suzuki and the team. Thank you very much, Pak Eko.
Thank you very much, Prof. Budi Sensei. Because it's usually we say Prof. Budi, but maybe in Japan we say Sensei. Yeah. The next session gonna be inaugurate Kengo Sensei and Enrico Giannino, and as well as Dr. Priyo to be our visiting professor and visiting researcher in Faculty of Biology. Please, Kengo Sensei, Enrico, and Priyo Sang, you can move forward. Yeah. Yeah, Prof. Endang, Prof. Arif, yeah, please come forward here to celebrate the inaugurations. Yeah. Audi. Arif, yeah. No. Wedang, Sensei, you can open the this is the symbol.
The leaf, the
Yeah.
symbol of our life.
Yeah, the leaf meaning. Yeah. And Professor Budi, and we also give a certificate as a visiting professor to.
This is officially certificate from us. I hope it will be
Yeah.
I do hope there is no, it is the right name, yeah? So let me check it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and open it. Yeah. This is.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Sensei. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
The Indonesian style.
So I have to be somewhere here. Okay.
Ininya di sini dulu.
Yeah.
Nah. Oh ya, satu ya. Nah. Iya, saya juga dulu Pak Iko ini seragam. Ya, foto bisa ya. Share loh. It will be also upload in our website. Yeah. So take a good picture, yeah. Good photo. And this open. Okay. Yeah. The really camera. Thank you very much. Welcome to Faculty of Medicine.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for having a guest lecture that will gonna be delivered by Kengo Suzuki Sensei. I just give you a little bit information about Kengo Suzuki Sensei. Kengo Suzuki Sensei is graduated from Tokyo University, yeah, in the Faculty of Agriculture. And after he graduated from Tokyo University, he was a founder of Euglena company. Yeah. I think maybe Suzuki Sensei will give you more information about Euglena company. How is Euglena company, or the story between among these Euglena company. And now he's executive officer and head of research and development, as well as general manager of advanced technology research department at Euglena company. So I don't want to give you a little bit more information about Suzuki Sensei. I do believe that Suzuki Sensei will give more information about him and about Euglena and his research on microalgae. So Suzuki Sensei, time is yours. Yeah. Please give applause to Suzuki Sensei. As informations, there's gonna be spread by two sessions. Yeah, the first is presentation, then discussion, then back to the presentation again. So please enjoy the general lecture.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming my session. Thanks, Budi Sensei and Eko Sensei for giving me this chance. So far, I would like to introduce a study on the potential of algae industry in Indonesia. Firstly, let me introduce about myself. My name is Kengo Suzuki, co-founder and chief technology officer of Euglena company, which I would like to explain later. And I have an academic background in bioengineering, molecular biology, and immunology. Behind me, picture is a trillion of Euglena cells. And I have been trying to use these creatures to solve various social problems. I have been having discussions with various Indonesian research teams for our most recent research on making fuel from algae. I have been working with Gajah Mada University, supported by Budi Sensei and Eko Sensei. I believe that there is a potential to solve the problem of Indonesia and other Asian countries with technologies available in Japan. The idea is to improve the production of palm and to use the unused non-oil component effectively to improve the environmental impact and increase the business potential. Also, the Indonesian diet is high in oil and sugar, which I assume in the case of lifestyle-related disease, and I'm wondering if we can provide new functional food to help people stay healthy. Next, I will introduce our company description. This is the microalgae Euglena. Euglena is a very characteristic creature. Surprisingly, Euglena performs photosynthesis like a plant and moving around by transforming its cells like an animal. Euglena is abundant of nutrition, so will have high value as a food source. In addition, under an aerobic condition, Euglena accumulates wax esters in its cells and it can be useful for fuel production. The basis of Euglena's current business model was not our own idea, but that of researchers in past. In the 1990s, Professor Jiro Kondo of the University of Tokyo, who also designed Japan's first passenger plane, proposed the use of Euglena for food production and CO2 fixation. This professor was my own supervisor's supervisor, and I think it is safe to say that I am his grandson. Originally, Euglena Corporation Limited is a startup company from the Faculty of Agriculture of the University of Tokyo. Actually, we can succeed for the outdoor mass cultivation of the microalgae Euglena for the first time in the world in December 2005. Initially, it was difficult to cultivate Euglena on a large scale due to change in agitation conditions, which caused damage to the cells, and also due to the influence of microorganisms that invade from outside. It was very difficult, but we did it. We tried things that could be verified on a small scale, such as growing Euglena mixed with pond water on a small scale as possible, minimizing the need to culture on a large scale. But eventually, we were able to culture on a large scale. Euglena Company has been for almost 70 years, and we have been making business with our philosophy, sustainability first. Sales in 2022 are expected to be 48 billion Japanese yen, or approximately 5 trillion Indonesian rupiahs. After 2025, we plan to expand our business to include biofuels. Since most of our sales are dependent on Japan, I personally would like to strengthen our expansion in Indonesia and other Southeast Asian countries in the future. This pyramid is called 5F of biomass and indicates value per weight of the market. For instance, food which is at the top of the pyramid, is in the special area, which means that food can get the highest value per weight as business, and then next which can get high value in business, fiber, feed, fertilizer, and finally, fuel. Microalgae euglena can use as all stage of pyramid. You can know easily that potential of euglena is really wide. Paramylon, a polysaccharide contained in euglena, could be used to create a resin that could be easily processed by heat. And next, the use of euglena-derived fertilizer has been found to promote the growth of komatsuna, one of Japanese leafy vegetables. Currently, we are continuing to test its effectiveness as a fertilizer on several crops in Japan and have begun marketing it. In 2019, we have shown that euglena genome editing can control some aspect of metabolism. And last year, 2020, we have summarized our review, the potential of euglena genome edited technology to contribute the achievement of the SDGs. Next, I will introduce establishing a new euglena variety in Japan. This is a unique project, Everyone Euglena project in Japan. This project is an ambitious effort to collect euglena from all over Japan for collection. It will be a kind of citizen science. There are various types of euglena, and we are focusing our research on a type called Euglena gracilis. Euglena gracilis grows faster than other euglenoids and has been well researched, and its achieved ingredients have been extensively studied. This project is an ambitious initiative to receive research funds and water that may contain euglena from people living in Japan. I have promised to report back to the person who sent me the water and what kind of euglena was there. Together with high school students in Yokohama, we collected euglena and conducted a survey. This is an initiative in Japan, but we are also working on an initiative similar to EcoSenses in Indonesia, and we'll be able to report again once the results are completed. Please keep looking forward to the results. And let me talk about ongoing fuel business. As for the research and development in Japan, validation of biofuel production has completed, including large-scale cultivating tests using exhaust gas from the thermal power plants. At the end of the production process, the nitrogen is released from the culture medium to effectively store carbon hydrates in the euglena cells. Then, when the cell lacks oxygen, the carbohydrates are metabolized into lipid, and about 1/3 of dry weight of the cells is made up of lipids. In order to produce biofuels domestically in Japan, we have established and started operation of a biofuel refinery plant in Yokohama, Kanagawa Prefecture, where is nearby Tokyo. The plant is producing up to 5 barrels of biofuel in a day using a mixture of wasted cooking oil and euglena derived oil as a feedstock. We conducted a flight using our biojet fuel in a flight inspection aircraft owned by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism. It is now available for use in commercial aircraft. See the picture of them with the support of a Japanese trading company, Itochu Corporation. We have tried small-scale culture of euglena with EcoSensei. We are trying that in order to conduct a large-scale demonstration test in a place with favorable solar radiation conditions in the future. This speech is a little long, so I want to have a short discussion in this place.
Okay, if
Any questions?
any questions? Yeah, please. One question, Sensei.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much for the insightful presentation, Sensei. First of all, I would like to ask about, as we know that Euglena company already developed biojet fuel in Japan, right? So I would like to ask about the challenge when Euglena tried to develop biojet in the first time. And the second one, I would like to also ask about the potential of Euglena, especially in Indonesia. I think there are so many strains of Euglena, like maybe Euglena gracilis or Euglena disease and the others. As we know in your presentation, that in Japan, Euglena gracilis is the best potential of Euglena. My question is there any possibility in other strains, especially in the other countries like Asia countries? I think not only Euglena gracilis, but also maybe other strains like other Euglena. Is there any possibility to develop a biojet fuel from other strains? Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay.
Langsung aja Pak Enrico.
最初のバイオ燃料の立てるときに何か挑戦、チャレンジしたことは何ですかというふうに聞かれて、1番目ね、2番目はユーグレナガス以外は他のユーグレナのタイプで、今度燃料の作るためにありますかという聞かれて、わかりましたね。
はい。じゃあちょっと答えを言ってもらえばいいですけど、言うと、まずは立てるのは今はそのジェット機の燃料を作るための規制とかがやっぱりあるので、そのルールに従って調整するのが結構大変でした。けどアメリカである技術をそのまま持ってきただけなので、技術的にそんなにチャレンジがあったわけではなくて、今は課題としてはなるべく安く安定的に作ることが重要になっています。
Okay. For the first question regarding the what is the challenging point for test. Okay. The challenging point for biofuel. First is the role of the biofuel itself. So if we want to produce biofuel, we need to follow the regulation to meet the requirement, for example, the American biofuel or European biofuel. So this is the first we have to meet the requirement of the uh, uh, of the biofuel itself. And the second one, of course, it is the how to say, the scale up process. So we want to produce mass euglena. So we have to find the production that already economically and technically stable.
2つ目は、イングレナグラシリス以外のっていうと、やっぱり特殊な環境で生きれる塩分に強いユーグレナとかがいるんだったら、それはそのユーグレナグラシリス以外で有望なものがあるんじゃないかな。塩ですか、海水。海水で育つものが、海水が強いようなところで育いたら可能性があるんじゃないかなと思います。有名なグラシリスの中にはすごいたくさんのバラエティがいるので、その中で有望なものを今、いろんな土地に合ったものをコレクションして、インドネシアはこれ、日本はこれっていう形でバラエティを集めることが難しいです。
So for the second question, of course we looking for the euglena that also stable and can produce in the fresh water. But currently we are looking for the variety of the euglena glacier itself. For example, Kingo-san explained in Japan, all over the place, and also in Indonesia and other Asian countries. Okay, this answer your question.
The second question is about the other strain. Is it possible?
Yes, yes. So we want to check. You have to check it's going to be stable or not for the production, and also can be how to say, live in the fresh water.
Okay. Okay. Is it answer your question?
So in conclusion, there is possibility
Yes.
to develop other strains in Indonesia, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Pak Enrico
Okay.
and Prof. Suzuki.
Thank you very much. Very nice work. So I would like to ask, because I interested in genome editing works that you show us. Yes. Yes. So what kind of genes that is the target genes, and how many percent that the efficiency of genome edited in the euglena, that's euglena gracilis that you find? Okay. And how the benefit of the company?
わかりました。
いや、わかりました。
わかりました。
ゲノムは何のゲノムを編集するのか、そして効率は何%ぐらいですか？
あ、そうですね。効率がまず 80% っていう、細胞に対して 80% っていうので、他の植物プランクトンだと 0.01% とかそれ未満とかなのに対して、
ちょっと待って、もう理解できない。効率は 80%？
そうですね。10個あったら8個遺伝子のエディティングが成功する。っていうすごい効率だと。他のだと1万個に1個とかしか出てこないのに、だから選抜も場合によっては必要ない話がすごい特徴ですって話と、今そのいろんな遺伝子を削るのは結構できるんですけど、パラミロンっていうポリサッカライドを合成するものを削ると、そのポリサッカライドがないものができてきて、その象徴的に分かりやすい研究成果としてこれを持って発表させてもらいました。
Okay. Okay, understood. So the answer is the efficiency itself is around 80%, 80. So he said that in other molecule is very low, usually very low, but in euglena itself it can reach around 80%. And
What genes did you as the target edited gene?
So in this for this presentation itself, it is a paramilon. So basically, he can edit the paramylon gene. So we can compare in this slide the euglena that contain paramylon and not have a paramylon.
And the product is after this edited, so the biofuel product is increased. Is it correct?
バイオフュールについては今研究中なんですけれども、油が分解されないものとかを作るとより油を貯めやすくなるんじゃないかなと思ってチャレンジ中です。
So for the biofuel production, we still have intensive research.
Still in progress, no?
Yeah, so we want to target that euglena that can accumulate a lot of lipids, so we can get the euglena with the high biofuel production efficiency.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for question.
Thank you, Sensei. Please, during your presentation, you spoke about the use of euglena as fertilizer. And I would like to know, you said it's a progress work, ongoing work. So I'd like to know what type of crops is it being used on, and how is the progress going now? Thank you.
何を植物のためにしてるんですか？
いろんなものに試したんですけど、一番は葉っぱが生えるタイプの野菜がよく育つようになるなと思ってるので、葉っぱのタイプで、なんでよく育つようになるのかっていうのは、細かい根っこがたくさんよく伸びるようになるので、植物として育ちやすくなるような傾向が見えているので、その研究を進めています。
Oh, so the answer is we doing some vegetables. We have leaf, huge leaf. So we are already success for this production. The reason itself is because the root hair itself will become how to say many if we put the euglena fertilizer in there. Yeah, it's answer your question. Okay. Okay, the next question maybe. Anyone have another question? Okay.
Yes. Okay. So for the mass cultivation method in Indonesia, what is Euglena's strategy for the mass production? As you know, Indonesia, unlike in Japan, we have sunlight all year round. So I would like to know what is Euglena strategy for the mass production of Euglena. Is it gonna be like open pond or is it gonna be in a fermenter?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
私のために答えですけど、ユグレナは今度インドネシアの塩の作るために何を使いますか？バイオスかフォトバイオガスか、そして何とかするか、ちょっとどうやって
全て可能性があると思っているけど、今やっぱりオープンポンドが一番インドネシアについてはプロフィッタブルで可能性があるんじゃないかなと思ってますね。
Maybe it's for my question, but the answer is for now we will going for the open pond because for the open pond itself is still considered as the most profitable method for the mass cultivation. Okay, it's answer the question, or if you have any discussion.
Okay, for I mean, in the long term, is it gonna be like gonna be using the open pond model, or is it gonna be fermenter? Because as you mentioned before, that open pond mass cultivation method has its own negative effects, such as like microorganism contamination. So in the long term, is it gonna be still using the open pond method, or is it gonna be like other method, maybe fermentor?
pH を低くしたり、二酸化炭素濃度を高くすると、他のマイクロオーガニズムってなかなか生えてこなくなるので、それで防ぎながら、その他の環境条件というのをいかにコスト安くコントロールしていくかというのを研究していこうと思ってます。はい。
So basically, we are not how to say, not only going only for the open pond, but we are thinking that for the compared to the other methods, the open pond still for the cheap and the optimum condition for the mass cultivation. And you say about the contamination itself. Basically, we have a method to prevent the contamination. For example, to change the pH to become low, so the other microorganism cannot enter the cultivation pond. Simple, like that.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer.
Okay.
じゃあ質問一通りで終わったら次。
If there is no question, maybe we can continue to the next part.
Yes. And I will introduce our next challenge for going to space. Microalgae such as Euglena grow using the carbon dioxide in human breath and the phosphate and nitrogen in domestic wastewater. They are then able to produce oxygen and nutrients from this process. We are also conducting research on the taste of Euglena and other algae. At first, I made and tried a 100 Euglena delivered hamburger steak without flour, eggs, or other mixtures, but it had a unique taste that even I found difficult to finish. Now we are developing technology to make the food taste better using ingredients that can be easily produced in space with achieved from cooking schools. This is an early image, but we thought that a 400-liter scale algae cultivation system would be able to sustain human life. Now, we are working on a more accurate material balance calculation. In conclusion, as final, let me tell you about our efforts to reach 2040. Aiming for long-term stays in space, assuming the space and mass. We are studying about the method for material calculation in a closed space using algae to absorb carbon dioxide and convert it into oxygen and nutrients. In the near future, the time we can go the moon, we can cultivate Euglena there. Dream stories, right? This is Orangeoctorium sushi. Orangeoctorium is a microorganism that does not photosynthesize, but it is said to belong to the microalgae taxonomy, which we are also studying. Since Orangeoctorium contains DHAs and astaxanthin, it is expected to have potential use on new food resources. The Orangeoctorium sushi has well received by those who attended the testing, and we believe that it may be an effective new without resource of seafood culture. And finally, let me share with you my vision for the development of new materials that are expected to lead to the prevention of diabetes in Asia. This is tempeh. What I am focusing on in the tempeh, fermented foods have always been good for health, but soybeans are also a material with a low environmental impact, and I believe there is a high potential for its high added value. Already in Indonesia, maybe all you know, tempeh, a soybean traditionally issued in diet, is widely used. And otherwise, the Euglena we work with has been found to aid in the fermentation of fermented foods. When Euglena powder is added to traditional Japanese rice coach production, it has been found to improve enzyme activity and increase the amount of ergotamine, which is attracting attention and an antioxidant. As Euglena powder is halal certificated, we will be applying for permission to sell our product, and we are looking for a partner to sell it. So we would like to add Euglena powder to the tempeh fermentation process to see what kind of tempeh we can produce. We are considering measuring the antioxidant and enzyme activities to see if we can do some test marketing in Indonesia and Japan. We plan to study the possibility of establishing a production system for green tempeh without quality and price problems. I am looking forward to producing something delicious. With the spirulina that Eco-sensei is researching, I would like to try my hand at producing blue tempeh, which contains the blue pigment of spirulina. We would like to work together with everyone in Gajah Mada University to create a sustainable society using microalgae. I represent all Euglena researchers. I want to say thank you for this excellent chance.
Any question for Sensei?
Yeah, okay, very interesting materials. I'm really curious about the development of green tempeh in Japan, because in Indonesia we really familiar with tempeh because tempeh is our daily food. So I think if we want to develop tempeh, I mean green tempeh in Indonesia, it will be higher in price, in production price. Yeah. So I would like to know about the price problems in Japan, maybe. Yeah, thank you.
で言うと、まずコストはそんな増えないんじゃないかなと思ってて、100キロに対して100グラムとかそんなに多くない量を入れてtempehができるので、コストに与える影響っていうのとかは、その 1g に対して数円とかその十数円とかで済むんじゃないかなというふうに思ってますって話なんで、その麹も普通の麹に比べて、良い麹だと日本ではやっぱり倍とかでの値段とかで売れたりするので、マーケティングの工夫をすればそのより高く売れて、その利益もたくさん出るし、
麹も少ないで入れて、
麹も少なく入れてるんですよ。1% とか、0.1% とか。
OK。い
けそう。
でもなんだろう、なんだコストはなんですけど、値段とか。
値段はだからもう普通に2倍とかでも日本では売れてて、1.2 倍とか2倍とかの範囲内で適切な価格で売れるかどうかをいろいろ試していきたいと思ってます。
So the answer is for the production cost itself, because it's like, so you see this one, right? 100 kilogram of soybeans, we only put the 100 gram of euglena. So actually we will not have a lot of cost increase in this for the production cost. And then we will try, because we have a product, a green tempeh, we will try the market. If we want to sell the product become little bit expensive or something, we want to try the market also. And also halal certificate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's important.
Is it in Japan or?
そう日本の工場で作ったものをマレーシアのハラルのジャキム認証っていうのをもらってます。
This is in Japan, but they get it from the Malaysian.
マレーシアのジャキム。
Yeah, okay. Thank you for the answer, Pak Enrico and Prof. Suzuki. So it means that the market target of green tempeh is not only the people that want to diet. I mean to decrease the weight. Yeah. Or only sell for people that they want to decrease their weight. Yeah, thank you.
誰のため？っていうと、まずはその糖尿病の予防に使えるんじゃないかなっていうふうに思っているので、テンペは油で揚げないでほしいと、焼いたものを中心に検討したいなっていうふうに思ってます。誰のためって言ったら、糖尿病予備軍の人とかに美味しく食べてもらいたいです。
So concern about us in Indonesia, because we have there's a problem of diabetes or something in Indonesia. So they want to produce the tempeh that still gonna be eaten by us and healthy for us. This is the target of the production of green tempeh.
Thank you, Pak Enrico and Prof. Suzuki.
Yes.
Thank you, Sensei. Please, my question is concerning the fermentation aid. I saw we have 100 grams of soya beans against 100 grams of the fermentation aid. So is there any chance or is there any potential whereby the byproducts produced may be toxins after fermentation?
毒性を確認は日本の基準でいうとその動物に投与したりとか、あとは変異原性試験って言われるような、プレートの中でその遺伝子が変わらないかとかっていうのを見る試験とか、医薬品に準ずる試験があるので、日本の方でその検討をまず一通りしてみると。
Of course, after the fermentation, we have to check there is a toxic or not by using there are some procedure in Japan. Maybe I cannot explain very well, but there's a procedure in Japan to check there is a toxic product or not after the fermentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pak Eko. Prof. Suzuki, my name is Dwi Miseswanti or Wawin. I'm a PhD student of Mr. Eko. So my dissertation is about Euglena. I want to know your opinion about the potential of Euglena to be bioremediation of metal. Thank you. Bioremediation.
その金属の除去のことだったりとかしたら、可能性あると思ってるんですけど、作られたものをどう使うかが重要になってきていて、まずポテンシャルがあると思っています、ね。その重金属とかそういった人にとって有害なものを吸収する能力があると思ってるんですけども、作られたもの自体が餌とか食品に使いにくくなるので、バイオリメディエーションとしての研究はそのフードとか、フードとかフューエルの研究のちょっと後になるかもしれないなと思ってます。Okay,
so the answer is maybe they have a potential loss of the so they have much potential, but as Euglena as a company, we need to think not only for the research but also the product. For example, the product of Euglena itself become a fuel or food. So basically, we don't find the byproduct for now. Still have the research. So we are not going for now. Just not going to that direction. So we are still looking for the research that can produce a product for us.
Okay. Thank you so much.
じゃあもう一個。クロムを吸収させる研究とかをすると、細胞の分裂異常とかが出てくるみたいなことは、興味で研究してたことがあって、生き物としての仕組みを理解するのにもとても有効だと思ってます。クロムってわかります？クロムを吸収したらユーグレナが分裂ちゃんとしなくなるので、変わった形のユーグレナが取れるんですね。それはなんかやっぱ生き物の仕組みを知る上でもすごく重要で意味があるなと思ってて、そういったベーシックな研究は皆さんと一緒に進められる範囲で進めていきたいと思ってます。
Okay, and here additional, so Vincent. Bawin. Okay. So there's an additional comment. So they also have interest for the absorbing the chrome, hologram chrome to the atmosphere because they can change the shape of the Euglena. And it's very important, and you have an interest for the research of this thing also.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Any other question? Not, we can close.
じゃなければエコ先生。
Yeah, I will back to Eko Sensei.
So I think it is all the presentation. That's all.
All right.
Any already? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for all the audience. Yeah. I think this is all the presentation from Suzuki Sensei. So give applause to him. Thank you very much. And see you next time. Let's say. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Oke, mari mahasiswa sekalian, nih kita sudah berakhir ya. Now we have closed the short guest lecture today, and we gonna be having another guest lecture during this year. So we plan we having next guest lecture from USA. He was our visiting professor last 5 years ago. Yeah, then will be coming here to be visiting professor. So let's see again, to see him in another guest lecture. Okay, before we close this guest lecture, I think it's better we have photo sessions. Yeah, please come forward to have the. Yeah. Thank you very much for your positive participation today. Yeah. Okay, Pak Dikan. Yeah. So everybody can go forward, Come forward, It's okay, Please come, Everybody can go forward, Ya, kita ke depan semua, tidak apa, If we have space in the downstairs, we can go upstairs. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for the audience from watching us, and see you in the next guest lecture. Thank you very much. See you again. Bye bye. Safe health. Bye bye. Okay, thank you.